Showtime. Hello, Showtime. We are.
Hello.
Hello, Scott. How are you?
Good evening
Good
again.
evening
I'm very
again. I'm
well.
very
Yes,
well. Yes,
Good.
we're
Let's
getting
just
used
we're
wait
to
and
getting
see
this.
if
used to this.
we get any viewers in here. Yes, we got a viewer. I can
Okay.
see we got a viewer. That's good.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So, how are you all on this Friday night? Hope you're all well.
Mhm.
Yes. This is our second installment of the Interweb interviews by Scott Gordon. Robin is there. Hi, Robin. So, and this time I think it's a specific, there's a sort of a certain challenge, isn't there, Scott, involved in the interview?
Well,
Well,
uh,
uh,
the
the
first time
first
I
time
could
I could
be,
be,
I
I
apologize if it
apologize if it
echoes a wee
echoes a
bit,
wee
so
bit.
I'll speak
So speak
slowly.
slowly.
Difficult for me.
Difficult for me.
It's fine.
The one
The
that
one
went
that
live
went
last
live
night,
last night.
Mm-hmm.
the
The
difference with
difference
that
with that
was I
was
can
I
be
can be
slightly
slightly
independent from
independent
it,
from it.
uh,
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 given that
given
I'm
that
not
I'm
in the
not in the
band.
band.
Right.
Uh,
So
so
the one
the
that
one
might
that
go
might go
live
live
tonight,
tonight.
I
I
might well
might
be
well
in the
be in the
band.
band.
So I
So
can't
I can't
pretend to be
pretend to be
independent.
independent.
That's the
That's the
difference.
difference.
Okay. So that's going to be interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so. And of course, all these two interviews that you have done, and we're very appreciative that you've done it. It's brilliant. That's all done as part of our Make Music Oxfordshire. That's happening this, well, you could say it's happening all
Interweb
this. Oh,
interview.
sorry, guys, that's my. It's happening all this week,
I
really,
picked
because
up.
we've been doing stuff in the build up, but the whole thing is really kicking off on Sunday for Make Music Day. We will have music all day from 10 till 10. And your band will be playing as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall.
Sure.
Shall.
Sure.
So, yeah. So, I mean, the whole purpose of Make Music Day is, as it says, to make music. And we like to encourage people to make music. We like to talk about songwriting processes and things, to go a little bit behind the scenes. So that's why these interviews are brilliant as part of this whole Make Music idea and the concept. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
also for the viewers out there, let me just advertise. Tomorrow night we have the song swap challenge, the results of the song swaps, which is going to be fun to see. So 14 Oxfordshire acts have covered each other's songs, and there's some brilliant results. So if you can tune in again tomorrow night. So
You
You
lucky
lucky
public.
and
public.
now we have so many things, don't we? So Scott, tell me a little bit about you. So just a few words about the interview, and then we'll start it.
Yeah.
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 Uh,
We
we did
we
the
did the
usual
usual
thing that
thing
people
that people
do
do
these
these
days.
days. So
We had a
we had a
Zoom
Zoom
call,
call,
but
but
some
some of that was partly scripted. Some of it was entirely spontaneous, and
and
it was based on some questions that we
had,
had,
and
and
then
then
we
we
opened
opened
it
it
to
to
anybody
anybody
who
who
wanted
wanted
to
to
send
send
a
a
question.
question.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Some
of
of
which,
which,
yeah,
yeah,
took a
took a bit of answering.
Okay.
So we got a challenge, that's for sure. We
certainly
certainly enjoyed it. We were kept on our toes.
We
We
put
put
in
in
if you
if you
stayed
stayed
till
till
the
the
end,
end,
we
we
recorded
recorded
as
as
the
a
band
band
separately.
separately.
Yeah.
We've
We've done a
protest
protest
song,
song, which you'll hear at the end.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So shall we just
Yeah.
hit the button and
Yeah,
say,
please
so
do.
here's the world premiere of the Interweb interview number 2. Do you think there's any more coming, actually?
I hope so. If anybody wants one.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do. So here it goes. Interweb interview number 2.
Number 2,
Oh,
because the first one, as you know, was by the amazing Mojo Demon. You've just seen that. So it's all downhill from here on in, to be honest. But anyway, we'll try. Welcome, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
Collectively, we are the SGB. Collectively, we are the SGB, also known as the Scott Gordon Band. I'll give a wee interlude, which is that it's not an interlude at all, it's an introduction, which is that it's called the Scott Gordon Band because it's named after my fevered ego. It's not at all. It's just that sometimes I play on my own and sometimes I don't. And if you stick the word band on the end, you don't have to think of a band name. You see, it's very clever. You know, and then you get all these clever people in who are fantastic at music, and it makes your songs sound a lot better than they were in the first place. So just saying. Cool. Right. We have questions sent in from all corners of the globe. The very first one of which is a question that says here to all members of the SGB. You have to first of all tell us who you are, right? This came from Archie Carbuncle in Paris, who says, please describe the SGB in your own words. Well, what else is it going to be? But anyway, go. Sarah first.
Oh, I knew this would happen. The SGB is a bunch of folk with an Irish guy leading, fronting us, picking us up, carrying us. We do everything on the hoof. Start gigs while Scott turns up late, as rock and roll does. But it always comes together, and we just have masses of fun. That's what we're about. That's it.
That's a damn fine summary. What a damn fine summary that is. Sammy, anything to add?
Oh, funky. Sorry, funky. And even more funky.
The SGB are funky. Shaky, what do you think?
I'd say we wouldn't have a band without you, mate. So
we wouldn't have what? Sorry?
We wouldn't have a band without you. So
oh, bless. You're not supposed to make me cry. You're just supposed to say
that sticks us all together.
Oh, bless. Right, moving swiftly on before I have to wipe the tears away. It's bad enough in a lockdown without being complimented. Right, question 2. Susan Dead Important Person from Houston, Texas asks, what is the worst thing about being in the SGB? Bit rude.
Drunken people that want that are asked to play on my bass from the audience.
There was a time actually leading on from that, Sammy, as well, that we were in a pub in Oxford one time, and there was a very, very, very drunk man who took a serious shine.
Oh, yes.
Who took a very serious shine to Sarah, and the boys in the band had had a few beers, as we sometimes do, and Sarah was trying to elbow me in the ribs and say, "Look, he's a bit pissed. Could you maybe, you know?" Do you remember that occasion?
Which one?
Too many of them. Exactly.
I remember the one whilst playing mid-gig being picked up. Not just picked up, but picked up while still sat on my stool in the middle of playing and carried off into the audience.
Ah, superb. So there you go, kids. Yeah. That's the worst things about being in the SGB.
Yeah.
Already?
Sorry, playing the drum kit. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I honestly think these are the best things about being in the SGB, but there you go. Question 3, right, from really great woman in Tokyo. What's the best thing about being in the SGB? It's a good question.
Come on, Marcus.
Oh, well, the perks. Yeah, you get great perks. Great perks being in this band, It's fantastic. It's great.
Oh, it is good. It is
good. Month.
I will come to that. But much as I love everybody in the band because they're all awesome, but one of my favorite things about being in the SGB is when Sammy gets a wee moment to do those rolling bass lines when everything goes a wee bit quieter of everybody else. Sammy just takes off on the bass and it goes like, ooh, nice. And then I forget to come back in because I've been watching him because he's so awesome. And then I have to remember to sing the next line. Anyway, that's a good thing. Right. An actual question, not that the others weren't. From Kevin Blay in Swindon. What is your PPG in brackets pints per gig? Sarah, go.
What is your pints per gig?
What's your PPG pints per gig?
It's 0. Because I can't play in time.
Just that.
My pints per gig is added on to whatever was the pints per gig for the rest of the boys.
That is very true. And just a very quick thing, I think I've seen Sarah drink a beer once in all the time we've been playing as a band. Sammy, what's your PPG?
Oh, crikey. I don't know. Maybe 5.
Yeah, maybe. Shaky, 16.
And 25 after.
Definitely 1+.
Wow.
Awesome.
No, it's
Yes.
fine.
I think all the
Actually,
rest of Sorry, Sammy.
I tend to play sober, actually, most of the times. I just make up for it afterwards.
Sammy likes a nice Coke, don't you, mate? A nice Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Yes, and then I have my 25 beers after.
Yeah. And for me, the PPG is probably 1 pint before and during, and then maybe a second pint during the second set if we have one. And then if there is time or room, it might get a bit silly afterwards. But during the gig itself, the PPG would be 2, I would say. Okay, there you go, Kev Blay in Swindon. That's your answer. There's a question here from Scott Gordon, who Sexy Botley, West Oxford. What is your favourite snack of choice to have before or during the gig? We all know what Sarah's is.
Monster Munch.
Monster Munch, pickled onion.
Thank you, Monster Munch.
Pickled onion, Monster Munch.
We got three.
It means nobody comes near me all night if I eat those.
Sammy?
That's it. That's why.
Like 6
You got me addicted to Monster Munch, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't have what I didn't use to Monster Munch before this band.
We're gonna go for a Monster Munch. Yeah. And
yeah.
I'll tell our readers a very quick story, which is we went over to Swindon one time, and it was a very extensive bar tab. But as you've heard already, 3 of us make more use of that bar tab than one of us does. And so instead of making use of the bar tab for beer, somebody, mentioning no names, had something like 6 packets of Monster Munch one night whilst playing the drums, right? Just saying. So, you know, she did a good job on the old beer tab, only not having beer instead.
Pretty bad stomachache.
Oh.
She hasn't eaten dinner.
Hence why she went so mental on Fly that night. But anyway, that's another story. Right.
Hallucinogenic.
Question number 27 from Graham Duncan. This is genuinely true. In Halifax, Nova Scotia. What is so lucky about the rolled up socks that you shove down the front of your trousers during a gig? Sammy?
What's that?
What is so lucky? What's so lucky about the pair of socks, the rolled up socks that you shove down the front of your trousers during the gig?
What's so lucky?
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Sammy's denying it flatly. Sarah, why is it so good having those socks down the front of your kicks?
Nice and warm. It's nice and cozy.
Shaky likes it cozy, yeah. Yeah.
Is that is this something I've never heard of?
It's a question that came in on Facebook, just saying.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, I want to answer by saying it's all real. I don't put anything down.
Hey, no fake shit here, no fake news here, no fake socks here. We go for the real
stuff. I've sang into some microphones that smell like socks.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Or even worse, actually.
Yeah.
Or microphones that smell like they've been down somewhere.
Microphones that took.
That's why I always have one of those socks. That's I call them microphone socks. You know, the thing you put over it.
Yeah.
if I have to use someone else a smelly mic, I've got one of them in emergencies.
That's it. So Sammy doesn't stick socks down the front of his kicks. He sticks the microphone sock down the front of his kicks. Okay. So, Richard Cook from Newquay in Cornwall. Richard Cook from Newquay in Cornwall says, "What's your top tip for ensuring that you have no, I'll say the word excrement, on your shoes?"
Don't stand in poo.
Good answer. Yeah, succinct. Yeah, good.
Don't go around stamping on poo.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Bad idea.
yeah. I think that's it. We've covered it pretty much.
What's that?
Hey, Richard Cook from Newquay in Cornwall wants to know, what do you do to ensure you don't get called excrement on your shoes?
What, in general?
Just in general.
In
yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Generally in life.
He needs some top tips.
Yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
yeah.
Well, I remember those tin beef burgers and gravy.
They look like excrement.
No, I was having one of them once in a cafe, and I swear someone checked their shoes. Well, I did this silent burp, and someone checked their shoes. I'm sure they did.
Right, I'm going to add to that because I might know this person or I might not who's asked the question. I'm going to say that my answer is that what you do is just kind of think before you act, and I'm going to leave it at that because there's a person in Cornwall who's going to know exactly what that means. Leading on from that, what do we got? Richard Cook from Newquay, Cornwall, question 2. You have in your extensive career frequently referred to Shooby-Doo. Would you care to elaborate on this? Anybody?
Ah, good question.
Yeah.
What's that?
What is Shooby-Doo? What does it mean?
Shooby-Doo.
You're not going to
Shooby-Doo.
tell us, are you?
That, you know, that weird thing that he says on stage.
Uh-huh.
Shooby-Doo.
It's not weird at all. It's perfectly
It's
normal.
not weird. It's like a pre-gig ritual before we start.
Is it a childhood thing? Scooby-Doo.
Well, I'm going to try and keep this legal. Shooby-Doo can be an adjective. It can also be a noun, and the noun can describe a Shooby-Doo might describe something that the hippies may have used in 1969 in the love era, or it may not. Just saying. So that could be one thing, but also it's a very, you know, you can use it in lots of ways basically, and it's just kind of a light-hearted method of saying an aria or let's have a bit of a laugh, you know, who cares? But it may also mean an actual thing. We've said that. Moving on. Police might be listening. Right. Question 9, which comes from Steve White in Whitney in Oxfordshire. Right?
Oh.
Would anybody like to describe who Steve White from Whitney in Oxfordshire is? Because we all know very well. Who's going for that one?
Ah. Well, what's his question?
No. Wait. You tell us who he is first and what he does, and then we'll get to the question.
Well, Steve. Yeah, go on.
He's been my sound engineer for 2 years now.
Yeah.
3 years. He's a sound engineer.
And plenty more besides. And what do you reckon, Sarah?
Yes, a very good sound engineer and a multi-musician.
Yeah. Anything to add, Miss Sarah on the skins?
Yeah, he's got some really good drum gear. He's polite. He's courteous. He'll do anything for you when you go up. I recommend anyone go up and have an experience with Steve of recording, just to feel open-armed, welcome, and have a real good laugh while you're doing it. It was the nicest experience I've had in a recording studio.
Sarah has the experience, obviously, of being in Steve's capable hands when she's playing the drums, you see. So that's very important, isn't it? Because as a drummer, you know, he's a good boy. So just Steve, question from Steve White and Whitney in Oxfordshire is a kind of an award-winning sound engineer. He has a thing called Big Boy Studios. All four of us here have been in a couple of times in his fantastic place, and Sammy's been in to record his own record. And Steve has done a fantastic job so far on 5 of our songs, which is going to make up half of our LP. And then we're going to do the other half of the LP elsewhere. So it'll be in kind of 2 different feelings, 2 different sound kind of things, if you like. So that's Steve. Steve's question is, you ready? Will there ever be a boy who can swim faster than a shark? Now, in the SGB, I would say that the person who is the most scientific, if I may be so bold, is probably Shaking Lips Alabama Butler. So, Marcus, will there ever be a boy who can swim faster than a shark?
Never.
No. Oh God.
No, humans can't swim faster than sharks. They're not built for it.
Says the man in the Millennium Falcon.
Built for water, aren't they? And human beings and animals and dry land.
Yeah, but sharks cheat. Sharks cheat, don't they? They cheat.
They cheat?
Yeah.
In what capacity, mate? How do they cheat?
They use their tail. They're supposed to use their fins. Like.
Yeah. It's highly unlikely.
I think I better start drinking.
Yeah. I think a boy would swim fairly fast if it was being chased.
That's true, yeah.
I did when I was on a surfboard.
Yeah.
Do you know that woman in the beginning of Jaws? The movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She actually, they used she actually broke her leg. That's what that was actually a real scream. Shout in pain.
Flipping heck.
Because they used a plastic shark, and they decided to keep it in the movie. This is what I've heard. It looks so real. She actually broke her leg with this plastic shark. Yeah. That's something I heard.
A boy, Shaky says a boy will never swim faster than a shark. Sammy says sharks cheat and only girls can ever swim faster than a shark, as illustrated in Jaws. And Sarah says, yes, but only when a boy's being chased by a shark. There you go. SGB, comprehensive answers. Easy. Right. Yeah. Question 10. Question 10 from Sammy McDougall in Ardoyne. Has everybody got a drink?
I've got water.
Everyone got a drink? Hold on.
Yeah, fair enough.
I've got water.
That's a drink, isn't it? I mean, it's liquid. It's liquid.
Yes, I have.
So Sammy's only got 5 litres of cider, so we'll call that a drink, yeah.
I knew it was in there somewhere. Yes, I have.
Question 57.
Hi.
Question 57. Oh. Given that the SGB have recorded 5 of what we're very proud of songs in Big Boy Studios in Whitney with Steve White, we're going to do the second half elsewhere. Will the SGB ever actually finish an album? Controversial question.
Tumbleweed. Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed.
Tumbleweed. It's not the beginning of heading.
If we kind of stop playing so many gigs, we might.
Oh, bugger.
I've been upgraded by the host. Fantastic.
Zoom is telling us that we've reached our 40 minutes, but we can carry on. So they just thought they would tell us that. Anyway, yeah. Sarah was saying, before we were so rudely interrupted by Zoom, Sarah was telling us something.
Well, I was going to say, if we stop playing so many gigs,
mm-hmm.
You know, we're kind of a live band, aren't we? This is the problem.
Yeah.
We're, you know, that's our niche. And so when we get off for gigs, every time we're going to record, we kind of say, oh, let's do this gig.
Yeah.
Oh, this will be a really good one. And then, you know, we're just forever playing live.
That's true. It's true.
It's where
And we're
we're
going to do
at
it again. Question 76 from Rachel in New Orleans. Rachel in New Orleans gets in touch often, you know, you're just plagued by these people. But Rachel asks, when is the next live SGB gig?
Next week.
Well, it should have been the James Street Tavern, shouldn't it?
Woo! It flipping should have been.
That should have been the next gig.
So, listeners, just a wee bit of information there. I've got, as we all do these days, on the phone, the calendar and stuff. And over this lockdown period of COVID-27, every couple of weeks or less, I don't know, a message pings up on my phone because I had all the SGB gigs in the calendar, and every once in a while it pings up and says the SGB are playing at XYZ venue tonight or tomorrow or whatever. And actually we're not, because we're stuck in our living room. So my phone likes to taunt me.
Marcus is gone.
He has. He's gone. He's turned off his video.
Oh.
He'll be
Come
back.
back.
He'll be back.
Come
He's
back.
still. It's okay. He's still there. He's still there. He just wanted to move position, but he's still in the Millennium Falcon.
Oh,
Just
God.
had a bit of hyperspace.
Were you aware
I'm
of the
really
mission?
impressed.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed with your backdrop, Mark.
Oh,
It's
thank you.
class.
Thank you.
It's class.
You know, it's
Uh,
a bit shonky, but you know, she gets me from A to B. So.
yeah, you know. Anyway, the actual answer to the question, when is the next live STP gig? We can answer that question because we do have one. And as aforementioned, not the ones that keep pinging up on my phone that are booked in during bloody COVID period that we can't actually do. We have an actual live gig happening on the 21st of June, which is today or yesterday or tomorrow or whenever. I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, and we're going to do a full live gig on the 21st of June at some o'clock in the afternoon, live on your interweb with all four of us. Will be there, and there may be horses, but we don't know yet. So, just saying. We're going to close. It's been a pleasure to be with the SGP. For me, it's always a pleasure to be the SGP, you know. And we're going to close. So, thank you very much, SGP. If everybody would like to look to their, is it left or right? I'm not sure. Yeah, if you look to your left, your immediate left, listeners and SGP, you're going to see a composite version, soulful version of I Should Be Released, which was originally recorded by a man called Robert Zimmerframe some time ago, but we did a wee bit differently and we like it. And cheerio and thank you from the SGB, and we'll see you on the 21st of June live from somewhere. Cheerio, everybody!
Bye.
Don't forget to look.
Hey.
protection. Some say every man must grow. I swear I see my reflection somewhere so high above. I see my light come shining from the western to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Standing next to me in this lonely crowd, one who swears he's not to blame. All day long I hear him shout so loud, calling out that he's with friends. I see my light come shining from the western to any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I see my light come shining from the western to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I see my light come shining from the western to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. I see my light come shining from the western to the east. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released. Any day now, any day now, I shall be released.
Yeah.
This Aldi Diet Cola is going to my head.
For my last gig.
What, Shaky, what are you doing in the spaceship?
Just travelling around the universe.
Thanks. Thanks to Scott Gordon Band for some good answers there to very, very important questions that we're all worrying about every day. So that was good to know. Thanks to Scott as well for not only playing for us, but also for doing these interviews as part of Make Music Oxfordshire. It's been brilliant to have him along for that. So everybody else, thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, we have much more on offer for you. Song Swap Challenge tomorrow night and music, live music all day Sunday. So do check out Make Music Abingdon or Make Music Oxfordshire on YouTube. Cheerio. Bye-bye.